Call us on your cell phone. Culinary Hotline Bling.
It can only mean one thing. It's a Wednesday and you know what time it is. It's time for the Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing, sing, sing! Chef Anel Potgieter and Chef Tash Kileba are here. Our foodie panel, experts in their craft, masters of the culinary arts, ready to answer your questions. So if you have any questions to ask, please feel free to call us on 021-430-9881. Ladies Mandombazane.
So on
Delighted
Wellness Wednesday with
to
me
be
here,
in your
right?
company. All right, let's take these questions because some of them have also come through from Facebook. And some very interesting questions that we got. One from Rosalind Peterson who asked how to make cheesecake. Cheesecake was actually one of my favorite childhood desserts while I was working as a waiter. I would spend all of my weekly earnings buying cheesecake on Sunday at Sunday lunch. And then I'd have to just work the next week and get like, oh, no. I was supposed to save it, but the cheesecake is so good.
What can you remember of the cheesecake?
Ooh, it had is it tart?
Yeah.
Kind of lemony flavor to it. Beautiful.
Lemon cheesecake.
Yes, lemon cheesecake.
Rich.
So with a beautiful base of like cookie biscuit kind of. It was just a delight. Every bite, every mouthful was heaven.
Yeah, it's like velvety and sweet and delicious. Yeah. It's very easy to bake. The most important thing, your oven must be at 110 degrees, not 180 degrees.
Okay.
So it's a very low and slow process,
Okay.
110 degrees. So you've got cream cheese, about 2 tubs of cream cheese, and about a cup of creme fraiche that you put together.
Okay.
And I'm going to add the sugar. And we're just going to whisk this up.
Could you use, is there a substitute for sugar that one could use?
I'm sure you can use it. I'm sure you can use any type of sweetener, a healthy sweetener. Yeah.
What was that?
Xylitol.
Xylitol you
Yeah.
could use?
The thing about what she's doing now is she's fluffing up the cream, the fresh cream and the cheese with the sugar, and that creates a certain consistency. It makes it, it stabilizes it. So you need something granulated, so xylitol, you can use that.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. What are you adding there?
A little bit of flour,
That is the
little
littlest
bit-
bit of
yeah.
flour I've ever seen added to any recipe.
some vanilla extract, and a bit of vanilla seed.
Wait, so what is the flours? Okay, and then you're adding the eggs. But then,
And then just the eggs we're going to add, and then we're going to whip this up.
sorry, Anel, I just need to know.
What the flour does
Yes.
is to stabilize. Remember, this is not a fridge cake.
Yes.
It's a baking cheesecake.
Ah.
So you add the flour and the eggs, they stabilize the cheesecake so they keep it firm.
Okay.
Nice and
okay.
firm.
Yes.
Good. All
So
right.
we're going to
Then.
mix this together, and you mix it quite well together. And you can
Anel.
add your bit of lemon that you like, or your lemon zest or flavors. Then what you do, you got your loose bottom pan or tin with your biscuit base that you love. You add this and you bake it for an hour at 110 degrees, 110 degrees for an
110
hour.
degrees.
But then the tip is to cool it down, open the oven for 30 minutes and let it cool down in the oven.
Okay.
Then you put it in the fridge and let it cool down further there overnight and set.
Yeah.
And then the next day you can put some sugar over it and brulee it.
Oh goodness.
And remember your biscuit base, you would need to put butter in there so that it doesn't just crumble when you're cutting your cake.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's biscuits
melted,
and
yes,
m-
melted
melted
butter.
butter, and then you're going to let that
Yes.
bake at 110 degrees.
Yeah, because the melted butter also hardens when it's
Yes.
cold.
Yes,
and it
yes.
keeps it crisp. Yeah.
Okay. You know, I just needed to share this with you too. It's quite weird how simple little sounds, maybe smells, can really jog your memory.
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia. The sound that beating machine. What do you call that? It's shocking. What is that thing
Electric
called?
beater.
Electric beater.
Yeah.
The sound it made against the side of that bowl
This.
took me back to 1993. In my grandmother's kitchen was with a plastic orange, and I remember an orange bowl that she always used to bake in, and her beater, electric beater, had these thick blades, and just to kind of make sure that all the ingredients were mixed in, she'd really get into the sides of it, and you hear it going.
Oh. And it's normally Saturdays,
Yes,
isn't it? Saturdays.
I can tell how old you are. When my mom did the base, she used to use the rolling one.
Oh,
So I'll let you guess my age.
All right, 021-430-9881. Our lines are open. Nell and Tash are here to answer all of your culinary conundrums. So do give us a call. We'll be back with the Culinary Hotline playing Sing, Sing, Sing.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone. Culinary Hotline Bling. That can
Yes, it can only mean one thing when you tune into your Feel Good Breakfast show on a Wednesday at this time. It's time for the Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing, sing, sing. The Queen of Wakanda in the koningin van die koeksuster. In the kitchen.
Kan nie op haar lag nie.
We gotta call her. You gotta turn it down. Okay. Wendy is on the line. Good morning, Wendy.
Good morning, guys, and very good morning to you.
Listen, it's fantastic to have you on the line. Thank you for calling the Culinary Hotline playing.
Sing, sing, sing.
Yes, Wendy. Yes.
What I would like to ask is, why is it necessary to add baking powder as well as bicarbonate of soda to a fruitcake?
Okay. Why is it necessary to add baking powder and bicarbonate of soda to a fruitcake?
Baking powder is there to give it a little bit of a rising agent, and not a lot,
Yes.
because fruitcake is quite dense. And then bicarb gives that beautiful brown colour that you get on a fruitcake. Yes, it's to balance it out. What would you say, Tash?
Especially if you're going to add vinegar, the reaction of vinegar with baking soda specifically, it gives the fruitcake a certain texture, which is nice and not as dense but fluffy.
Yes, because the acidity of it, when it bubbles through, it creates those small little pockets of air when you eat it, and it just monyels inside your mouth. You know what I mean?
I use wine in mine, so the wine and the bicarb also goes.
Yes.
Hey!
And then it monyels.
There's a lacquer cake there for dessert. Wendy, thank you for the question. Really appreciate it. Then, all the way from KZN, Wanda asked us, what can I add to rooibos iced tea to enhance the flavor? Great question.
I'm like a caramel girl. So I like to enhance a caramel flavour. So I add a bit of brown sugar, like dark brown sugar. Just a little bit of that, and that will enhance the caramel flavour. That's what I like.
What I love is using the zest of either an orange or a lemon or even both. And what people don't really use in teas is herbs. So rosemary and orange, because of the oils in the skin, they go very well together. Then what you do as well, because you're making an iced tea, you want something very cold. Instead of using ice, take your orange segments, even pineapple, you can use berries, freeze them. Don't use ice, because that is going to dilute the taste of your iced tea. So freeze your fruit, zest the flavor of the orange and the lemon is in the zest itself.
Yes. You see, that's why you are the experts, because I would have just said, add more tea bags. That would have been my answer. Anyway, how do you get a nice and crispy, firm base for your milk tart? This is from Sajida Yusuf.
Do you want to come?
A milk tart is a proudly South African dessert, and normally that tart, the base of it is crumbly. So what I do is, instead of using the normal recipe, the ideal the recipe, the original one, I use half a cup of sugar, granulated sugar, 50 grams of butter. Then you fluff it up so that it becomes nice and light. You aerate it, and then you add 1.5 cups of flour and then 1 egg. And with that 1 egg, you mix it in the mixture, and you add an additional egg white.
Wow, okay.
To stabilize it.
There we go.
And then you blind bake it, it will never crack.
And that's why baking is a science.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you use puff pastry, so what I do, I lay it into my baking tin, and then I put egg white that you whip up, and you brush it over the raw dough.
Oh yeah.
And then you add your mixture, your milk tart mixture, and you bake it in the oven. So what the egg white does, it forms a layer between your base and the filling. So your base doesn't seep into your filling doesn't seep in.
I tell you what, I wish we had more time for the Culinary Hotline Bling. But of course, we have many more questions that we love getting from you, so send them through to Facebook. Next week when we do this again, call us. We've got the ingredients set out. We are ready to answer anything that you have on your mind with regards to the culinary arts. Thank you very much once again to the Queen of Wakanda and to the koningin van koeksuster. We'll be back again with the Culinary Hotline Bling. Sing, sing, sing.